Albert Einstein, one of the most renowned scientists in history. His name is synonymous with genius. He developed the theory of relativity and helped us understand the nature of space, time, and gravity. But there's more to Einstein than his scientific contributions. In 1905, he published 3 groundbreaking papers on special relativity, the photoelectric effect, and Brownian motion. These papers established Einstein's reputation as a brilliant physicist and earned him the Nobel Prize in 1921. In fact, there's something controversial. Albert Einstein is accused of being the father of the atomic bomb. Was he really? Let's find out. Einstein was born in Germany in 1879. As a young man, he moved to Switzerland and then to the United States. He was a pacifist and did not want to contribute to the development of a weapon that could be used to destroy entire cities. And even then, they were still far behind the Germans in terms of research. Fortunately, the U.S. had a secret weapon of its own, the Manhattan Project. This was a top-secret government program to develop an atomic weapon, and it was highly successful. By the end of the project, the U.S. had developed 6 atomic bombs. However, after hearing about the atrocities committed by the Germans, especially against Jews, he changed his mind. Einstein agreed to help Schillen with his plan. 3 days later, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. He believed that they were too dangerous to be used and that countries should work together to control their development. He was not involved in any of the research or development. However, he did play an important role in helping to develop the first atomic bomb. Without his help, it's possible that the U.S. would not have been able to develop the weapon in time to use it against the Japanese. For this reason, he is often referred to as the father of the atomic bomb. Unfortunately, his warnings went unheeded. In 1950, the U.S. and the Soviet Union began a nuclear arms race. Each country wanted to build more and more bombs in order to protect itself from the other. Today, there are more than 13,000 nuclear weapons in the world. And although no country has used them since 1945, the threat of nuclear war still remains. Japan surrendered on September 2nd, 1945, ending World War II. Together, they wrote a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt warning him about the potential threat of an atomic weapon. They urged the president to take action and begin developing a nuclear weapon before the Germans. Until next time, Szilard had been working on the development of nuclear weapons in Germany. But when Hitler took power, he realized that he could not work in Germany anymore. He played the violin beautifully and was said to have composed music. He was also a great lover of cats. He once said, "I don't believe in cats or horoscopes, but I'm a great believer in the power of love." So he fled to the U.S. and went to Princeton to meet Albert Einstein. But it was during World War II that Einstein became famous worldwide. At the time, many scientists in Germany were working on a top-secret project to develop an atomic weapon. It had almost completed their research when the war broke out and Germany began losing. Szilard believed that Einstein was the only person who could convince the U.S. government that such a weapon was possible, so he went to see him and laid out his plan. Faced with the possibility of defeat, German leaders grew increasingly desperate and knew that if they could develop an atomic bomb before the Allies, it would change the course of the war. So they put pressure on scientists like Werner Heisenberg, Max Born, and others to hurry up with their research. Meanwhile, as the war raged on, many scientists and researchers fled Germany for the United States, including a refugee named Leo Szilard. Szilard had an idea. He wanted to persuade Einstein to use his influence to help develop an atomic weapon before the Germans. Initially, Einstein was reluctant to get involved. However, despite their efforts, it would take another 2 years for the U.S. to enter the war. On August 6, 1945, the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. After the war, Einstein became a vocal critic of nuclear weapons. So, did Albert Einstein invent the atomic bomb? No, he didn't actually invent or build the atomic bomb. Did you know that? And did you know that Albert Einstein was also a musician? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an update.